ahead and talk to you guys. I got it up. Welcome, ladies, to the Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of this amazing project right here. This project right here. Now, I'm Loving Me Project, where our whole goal is to inspire you to live your highest and truest self. And the whole goal is to remind you just how worthy you are and how powerful you are. It is my job every day until the day that God says that I can't do this work no more, just to let you know how wonderful you are, how powerful you are, how much you mean to the world, how much your gifts and talents are needed, how much you should be out there living the life that you want to live, that you should be out there in peace and in joy and just having an amazing time. Hey, Rose. Hey, Vanessa. Oh my God. Now, Vanessa, you're going to have to take this one, okay? Let me tell y'all, everybody that is on, Homegirl Vanessa, she sent me an email because I said that I was going to follow up with her to see how things are going. You know, she started with us like almost like a year or so ago. I think it was, right? Almost like a year or so ago. And she said one of her passions was is that she wanted to work with women, in addiction. And she was getting herself together. She's in West Virginia and everything. Can I tell you the moves that Homegirl is making? Homegirl is about to get her certification. She is doing all of this great work. She got her business going. And as soon as she gets finished, y'all, we want to be able to support her as much as we can because that is the whole purpose of this thing, right? You want to be able to know and understand that when you put yourself out there, when you start to do this work, when you start to really live your dream, that you have people who have your back, the resources, and all of the stuff that you will need along the way, it will show up, right? It will show up. And I was just over the moon. I was just like, oh my God. And Vanessa will tell you, I was like, oh my God, because that's what this whole purpose is, right? When you discover who you really are and just how powerful you are and how worthy you are, you will endure anything. Why? Because your eyes is on the prize. It is not on your current situation and reality because you know that is temporary, right? You know that this too shall pass. So you stay focused on the end goal. And like I keep telling you guys, the only reason why it feel like it's a stretch or if it's difficult or you feel like you being pushed is because you never done it before. That's all. So your brain has to get adjusted to this new way of thinking and your brain has to understand that the thoughts that you have in your head, bringing those things to fruition and putting those things out there where you can hold it in your hand. When she holds that certificate in her hand, saying that she's a certified addiction counselor and she's helping women, do you know how much passion she's going to give those ladies? Do you know what kind of story she's going to have behind that? And not only that, the skill to make it all work, right? The skill to make it all work. So that's why I named this one today, stop arguing for your limitations, stop fighting for your excuses, stop saying that you're going to do it but you can't because it is possible. I tell y'all something. So right now here we started from the ground. We like you guys, right? And I told you, everything that we're doing here, we are working hard too, right? We building teams. We making sure that everything that we give you is valuable. We making sure that the network that we introduce you to can actually elevate you, right? because we want to form this ecosystem and this community of women who know who they are, know that they're worthy, and is able to get out there and do those things that they want to do and not listen to all of the bullshit that is out there, right? So I have my own group of core of friends, and we always talk and everything. And this Sunday, last Sunday, we was at my friend's house, and what I did was is that I said, "Hey, one of my clients, you guys, um, sent me an email. First, he blind copied me. He didn't send it out. He didn't include me in the rest of the people, right? And it was an opportunity to invest in his company that he's starting, right? And so it looked like a great opportunity. And so I bought it to my friends, and I said, "Hey," I said, "I think we should really take a look at this and see if it's something that we want to do, right? Understand where we are. We're in a reconstruction period. We got a new administration. This is an opportunity for us to actually start out with little or no investment and allow that to grow over a 10-year period. And by the time you're ready to retire, you sitting on something, but you own something, right?" So that's the goal that's the goal that was in the mind. You forward thinking, right? And a couple of my friends was like, "Yeah, this is a good idea." The goal was everybody put their money together, go before the company. But we put all our money together. We form a LLC, right? We form our own LLC. And the company that we form presents that company with a check as an investor, right? Now, mind you, this is the first time we have ever done this, but it's on my personal goal sheet, right? And so I'm saying to myself, I'm like, okay, and Zaza Dixon too, she knows, she's a friend of mine. I sent it out to everybody, right? And can I tell you, when I was sitting with my friends, some was excited about it, and then some was just like, "Well, I don't know how this is going to work out anyway, because all of us don't even know how to all of us don't even know how to read these financials, and they're trying to buy this business in June, and where are we going to get the money, so quickly and right away? And how are we going to do this, and how are we going to do that? And this is probably not a good opportunity because they are going to do this." I mean, just going, going, going. I mean, when I say from, excuse me, from high to low, I mean, just ripping, ripping, ripping. And so, but this is regular conversation, right? But what you start to notice is that how people start to argue for their limitations and what they have instead of seeing the bigger picture. This person was like, "Well, I don't have the money like that anyway, and I don't even know why uh you would actually, bring this to me where, I'm in debt up into my ears, and it will be a while before I get out of this, and just going." And so I said, we all were saying, "Well, what do you need? Well, is this something that you will want to do? Because if so, then that means the team has to come up with a little more. You just won't get anything until you pay the money back, but you still in, right?" And so she was just like, "Well, at the same time, I mean, these things really don't work out. And most of these new businesses is just waiting on the administration to sign this bill. And then what happens after that? And we the hell don't know." You know what I'm saying? We the hell don't know, but bringing that negative mindset, arguing for your limitations as to why you don't have, and what people owe you and all this stuff is not going to do you any good. You are going to stay in the same place that you have always been because you are not allowing yourself to be open to new possibilities and to new things in your life. You get what I'm saying? And this is somebody that I love dearly, right? And so as a friend, you ignore that, right? You're just like, oh, she's having a bad day, blah, blah, blah. So we all in a group text and we all chatting and going back and forth like, wow, we get to put our questions together. We get to go ahead and ask the company questions. We get to do all this stuff, right? Like excitement. Do you know homegirl was like, y'all need to take me out this chat because I told y'all that I'm out and stop talking about this, right? Because I don't want to participate, and you guys should think about it before you actually put your money up against something and all this stuff or whatever. So I made a comment. I said, okay, Debbie Downer, you go back and you go on vacation because it's spring break, right? I said, okay, Debbie Downer, you go back and you go on vacation and you come back when you calm down, right? So my friends did not like what I said, but I'm like, but it's the truth. If this is something that is new and something that we are trying to do and obtain, right? Why would you want to pour salt on my stuff? Why would you want to shit on me? Right? You can keep your negative stuff to yourself, right? But what we do, y'all, is we argue and we are willing to go to bat for our limitations because you want to be able to convince me of just how broke you are, how mad you are, how much low self esteem you have, where really nobody gives a damn, right? You love the people that you are around, but at the end of the day, if you pouring salt on your own wounds, if you talking bad about yourself, if you arguing about what you don't have and where you can't go uh, uh, um, and the things that you can accomplish, how do you expect to move forward in anything, right? How are you supposed to accomplish something where you always thinking about the lack? And like I told you guys before, more comes out of healthy more. And the healthy more is having the gratitude and the love and the peace of where you are right now, even if it's uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Appreciating all of those things that you have in your life. Appreciating the fact that you woke up. Because most of the time, what we know is that all the things that we are grateful for, all the things that we get excited about, are things that we don't pay for, right? And I was telling my friends this on the phone and in the chat because I said, you guys got to think about this, and you guys think about this too. I said, y'all, if we watching the news and Biden, because it's a construction company, Biden passes the $3 trillion infrastructure bill. Now it's being debated, and people are like, hell no, right? But they finding ways of doing this. I said, if this thing passes and we actually do this deal, y'all, first we getting in very low because the business is not new. They just buying the business from someone else, right? And looking for investors. But over a 10-year period, if we do it right, do you know how many opportunities can come out of this? because the money that you put in ain't shit, right? And this is what I tell you guys, the money that you put in ain't shit. It's the relationships that you obtain along the way that catapults you to the next step. Vanessa, when you said, and this is for everybody because we talked about this, Gloria, I want to go ahead and get into addiction counseling. I was like, oh, call Miss Jackie. Oh, call this person. Relationship to help you cut down all the rigmarole that you have to go through, right? Oh, go do this, go do that. You fine. You need me to call them for you? Do you want to go ahead and have a three-way? Let me go ahead and send an email on your behalf to them, letting them know. Because if you're having a hard time, let me call them and I'll get them on the phone for you and I'll get them to take your call. Come on, y'all. But you want to sit and complain and argue about what you don't have? You want to say you're not qualified? You are ready to tell yourself and count yourself out because you believe your whole life that you're not good enough? We can't do that. Not when we are in the time that we are in right now. That's why I keep begging you, ladies. You have to be able to not only work on yourself and work on your mind, but work on your skills. Okay? Work on your skills. And it doesn't matter what your vision is. If your vision is just to be the best mom, the travel the world, or anything, it doesn't all have to be financial. Whatever that vision is for your life, it still comes down to those things. The way that this little nugget thing here thinks about itself. I had a young lady, she said, she texted me too, right? I had a lady who texted me and she said, Gloria, I miss talking to you. I said, well, why do you miss talking to me? Why you just didn't call me or text me? She said, I had a meltdown today because I was thinking to myself that I'm not moving fast enough. I'm not getting to my goals fast enough. And I said, I got a shirt that says baby steps count too, because they do, right? When you are on this journey and you at the level where you just trying to change the narrative in your head of who you are and what you believe in, that's a step. Does that make sense? Now, down the road, you probably want to have all of these amazing things, but that does not happen until you take the first step and you celebrate that. You don't beat yourself up and say that you're not working and things ain't working out, because that is not true. That is a lie that you are telling yourself. And like my grandmother said, that's a lie from the devil in the pit of hell, right? It's a lie. It's a lie, y'all. If you are waking up every day, putting on your clothes, going to that job, and you are working hard to get that certification, to get that promotion, you are taking a step. Don't sit and tell yourself it ain't working. It's taking too long. In the cycle that we in, we got to be able to be okay with where we are. You have to be detached. You cannot allow things to get to you that much when you are on this journey, because it goes like this. Does it make sense? And you have to accept that. You have to accept that sometimes you will be broke. You will have to accept that sometimes you will have an abundance of money. You have to accept that sometimes you will be lonely and you will have someone getting on your nerves in your life. And you have people who will love you. You have to be able to accept the ups and downs in life. And when things are down, don't beat yourself up. That's when you talk to yourself and you say, you know what? This too shall pass. I know I'm living with my friend right now, and I know I can't afford my own place, but that is okay because soon and very soon it's going to come to pass. I'm on the right track. I'm back in school. I just got me a job. I'm going to be disciplined and save my money. And then we just going to go ahead and roll from there, right? I want to be able to have this business. They're asking for so many certification. That it is asking for so many things where I might have to go back to school for a year or two, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. A year or two ain't shit. It's only 12 months. If I make it fun, it's going to roll by me. But at the end, I will have what I need to do what I want. To do what I want. There's nothing like freedom. Freedom to create, freedom to be who you are, freedom to not punch a clock, and freedom to be able to have expression, right? Now, for me, freedom is something I value because I'm just not built to be in stuck in one place. My ADD doesn't allow that. Like, I be freaking out. And I told y'all that when I had that job and they say we got to work from 8:30 to 5, you talking about somebody who was cutting their lights off at 4:50 and walking out the door. I could not take it. You hear me? I was so like discombobulated. I would tell them, can I come in early, like 7 or 6, and leave like at 1 or 2? Because that'll make me feel like I'm not here all day, right? Because from 6 to whatever, I'm basically by myself doing what I want. And then when everybody else come to work, I feel like I'm on my way out, right? And it was like, no, ma'am, you can't do what you want to do. We made these rules that every employee has to be at work. I was like, damn, why I gotta follow why I gotta follow these rules that I don't like? I don't like this, right? If you don't like it, change it. And if you can't change it right now, then take those baby steps so that you can, but don't self sabotage yourself along the way because you're not going to move anywhere. You're just going to cause yourself more anger, depression, maybe, and sickness because you want it, but you fighting. You want it, but you fighting. And it's an endless cycle that we don't understand, right? And we keep asking ourselves, why the hell are we not progressing? Because you're self sabotaging yourself and you're arguing for your limitations. And you want people to believe and know that the reason why you're not going forward is because the man is doing this, or you don't have enough money, or your job don't pay you enough, or you don't have XYZ, right? No, no. The reason why you are not where you want to be in life is because you haven't sat back and began to be grateful for where you are right now and appreciate where you are right now. And you also are saying, I will feel better when I have that. My life will be better when I get this. Things, I will be a better person when I get that. Well, you gotta be okay with what you have in order to move along the scale to get that, because that never comes if you don't appreciate where you are. And that's law, guys. That is law. You gotta be grateful for what you have in order to get more. You gotta be able to appreciate who you are in order for you to go to the next step. You gotta be able to fall in love with your life right now while you broke in order for you to love your life when you get money. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The only way that this is going to work for you, where you see progress, where you see your life changing, is you deciding that I'm no longer going to argue for my limitations, and I'm going to be detached from this. Whatever the world, whatever I believe that the world is giving me, it is okay. It is okay. And I am okay. And when opportunities come, I know that it's a sign that things are moving forward. Like I told my friend, I said, look at how this thing happened. I've been with this client for 3 years, right? He trusted me enough to let me in on something that's personal for him. Sent me all the financials, sent me everything, sent me the bank stuff, the collateral that he putting up, and him and his partners, everything, right? And I said to myself, I said, you know, God, in my book where I have my plans, one of the things is to invest in other businesses, right? And I'll tell you guys this, the biggest thing, the reason why we have our girls leap, the reason why we are teaching you how to get your mind right and your money together, because of that fact. We understand and we know that when it's time to go ahead and build yourself up, build your business, get yourself together, that it requires money. We don't want that to be an issue because we have a collective ecosystem of women who is able to support women in their endeavors where everybody wins. Does that make sense? Where you don't have to rely on whatever it is that you believe you need to have in order for you to progress. You have an ecosystem, just like this man did. All he did was send out an email to people that he know and trust and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to go ahead and participate? This is what I can pay you back over a 10-year span. This is when I will start paying you. And if you want to participate more, you'll be able to have that option that will require no money. Vanessa's business, we can invest in and get her up and going. Zaza Dixon business, we can invest in and get her up and going. Lavanda's business or Rose's business, we can invest in and get her up and going. But you know what that requires? That requires those who collectively come together to have a certain mindset, to know and to understand and to be okay with the fact that in order to make Vanessa's dream come true, you got to let her go and do her thing and be detached from it and say, hey, I believe in you. I know that you'll be able to do this. Here you go. If it works out, it works out. If not, it's okay. It is okay. Because we're not doing it for the money. We are doing it because we know how worthy you are, that you have something to bring to the world, that you will make a difference. You will make the world a better place. And we just want to help you do that. We just want to help you do that. But you can't do that when you have people arguing for their limitations. Why would I put my money behind somebody who doesn't even believe in themselves? You get it? So that's why it is important to know and to understand as you walk in this journey, ladies, pay attention to how you're talking to yourself. If you find yourself arguing to yourself and to other people, saying, I don't have this and I don't have that, and I'm broke here and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's so much on me, when you recognize it, stop it. Stop it. Because you're not going to go anywhere with that kind of attitude. People can feel it. You get it? And then they stop coming around. And then all of a sudden, the opportunities are not coming your way. And then you sit up here and say, see what I'm talking about? There's no opportunities that's coming for me. Everybody who said that they would give me an opportunity went away from me. Well, I would too. Because I need to be around people who are positive, who believe in themselves, and who are going somewhere, who is willing to go ahead and work on themselves. And yes, it does take work, but damn, I can't put something behind you if you are not in a position where you even feel like you believe it. Because if something go wrong, you would say, see, hey, look, you the one that, had your hopes high. I told you don't get your hopes high. I told you don't get all uppity and excited. And it's like, damn, when are you gonna stop doing that? When are you gonna understand just how worthy you are and that you deserve this shit? You deserve it. You deserve it. You went through too much stuff. You went through too much stuff to be in a position that you're in now and not to grow. You sacrificed so much shit to get to where you are right now. Why not celebrate that and go further? Even if you are in the fire right now and things are dark, trust me, dark caves is where things get birthed. This whole darkness that we experienced in 2020, I told you guys, now the light is coming in. The light is coming in, and you don't want to be left behind. People are traveling again. You see your timeline of people, they are booking their trips to Mexico and all these different places because they want the light. It is time to bring the light in. Don't keep self-sabotaging yourself. Get from back there. Get from back there. Okay? That time has passed. It's about what's happening right now and where you want to go right now. It's about the love that you want for yourself now. The reason why you're here is because you ain't like that shit back there. It hurt. You learned a lot. It broke you a little, but you didn't die. You have the opportunity to do it again. You have the opportunity to do something different, to live a different life, the one that you choose to live. Get it? So when you hear yourself sabotaging yourself, like, shit, I should not even do this, I really don't think I'm qualified, and I really don't have enough money to do it. And then you hear yourself arguing like my friend. Well, I know when I don't have no money to do something. I mean, you think I should be able to pull something out of thin air and no, no, no. You could have said, well, my budget is limited because I'm doing some other things, but this is what I can do where it won't hurt me. If you guys can help me with that, with the rest, then I can be in and we can come up with a plan. If you guys can't, then I just can't participate as of right now. You didn't argue. You just told what your current reality is, but you gave it some kind of effort, right? All right, guys, that's all I got. You got to know and understand you are worthy, man. You are powerful, and you got it. No one else can do what you do. No one else. There might be imitations out there, but you are who you are, and the blessing that God has given you and the talent, only you can perform. Only you can perform. I wanted to be Lionel Richie when I was younger, but Lionel Richie already exists. They say, Gloria, you are the new Oprah, but Oprah already exists. I'm trying to be the new me, right? I'm trying to be the new me and what that means to me, and not copy somebody else and not feel like I have to be somebody else. You can be influenced by them, but they already here and got their assignment and doing their thing, right? I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And we got a couple of interviews coming up. I would say that is Sexual Assault Month. So we have a couple of women coming on, telling their stories of how they overcame and how they became. Also, I would tell you, whenever you want to, go ahead and participate in our Girls League. That is our membership website where we're going to do some more live classes, and we have some more coaches coming on board. So you'll be able to, take a look at all those things and see if it's something that you want to do. But never, 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 ladies, never, never, never despise humble beginnings. Everybody is learning, right? The key is to stay consistent and really continue to push yourself forward, right? All right. The noise in the background is getting to me. So